Hey, good morning, boys and girls. It's time for us to start writing chapter 4 of our book this week. Now, chapter 4 can probably be the most difficult chapter for us to write, boys and girls, and I'm going to explain why that is, okay? Now, chapters 1 and 5, boys and girls, those are like bookends on a shelf. Okay, that's the beginning and that's the end of our story. And it's chapters 2 and 3 and 4 that take us from the beginning to the end. Okay, and that's all of the action that takes place to get us from the beginning to the end. Now, chapter 2 we already wrote, and it was awesome. Chapter 3 we just finished writing, and it was equally awesome. But chapter 4 is a place where sometimes boys and girls can get stuck. We've already used up our best ideas. We've already talked about our best clues. And so it can be a little bit challenging to get the momentum going in our story. But you know what, boys and girls? That's why the story is called The Great Treasure Hunt. Hunt, boys and girls, you're going on a hunt. And that's why the author of this story has left you this awesome tool. You've got this map, all right? So you're going to take this map and you want to go to one more place, boys and girls. And by doing that, by going to a new setting, by going to a new location, you open up all these ideas that you might not have had. All right, so you've got a new scene that you can describe up for me. You're going to have some new characters that you can meet along the way, which in turn are going to lead you to just having some great dialogue. So that'll just open that chapter wide up for you. All right, and make it easier for you to write. Now, you're also going to write with the end in mind this week. And this is what that means, okay? Chapter 4 is going to lead into chapter 5. Now, chapter 5 is our ending. That's the end of the whole entire book. So you're going to want to be kind of thinking about the flow of your story right here. You're going to want to start kind of closing out and wrapping things up. Now, some of you had some awesome questions for me this week, and I love that you were asking questions about your reading and your writing, boys and girls. That is a sign of mature thinking, and I love that. I love it. One of the most common questions that I got this week was, Mrs. Walker, can we have our characters call their mom and dad? And I say, yes. I wish I would have thought of that. That's a great idea because they're just kids like us, boys and girls, and they've done a good job traveling through the story. They really have, but they're at a point now where they could probably use some adult help. So having them call their mom and dad is a great idea because that adds more detail to your chapter right there. Okay, now, of course, their parents are going to be worried about them, but they're probably going to be in some trouble too because I don't remember those characters asking their mom and dad for permission to go on this crazy adventure. Do you? So I love that idea. Yes, absolutely yes. They can call and get help from their parents, okay, or another adult in the story. Absolutely. That's great. Another question that I got a lot was, what about the treasure, Mrs. Walker? Can we find it? You're going to have to think right here about what you want to do with chapters 4 and 5. Do you want them to find the treasure in chapter 4? Or do you want them to find the treasure at the beginning of chapter 5? I don't know. You're going to have to be thinking about that. And then what do you want the treasure to be, boys and girls? What is the actual treasure that we've been hunting and hunting and hunting for all of these weeks? Is it money? Is it jewelry? Is it gems? Is it old coins or a really cool special old book? I don't know. I don't know. You're going to have to be thinking about what that treasure actually is going to be, all right? And when they're going to discover it, all right? Now, as you kind of do that cliffhanger ending, you're going to want to start thinking about closing up some of those details. So you're thinking chapter 4 and a little bit of chapter 5 as you write, okay? Now, another question I got was this, Mrs. Walker, Do we have to keep it spooky? I don't want to write a spooky story. Well, you are the author. You are the boss. This is your chapter, okay? You can write whatever you'd like. You're the boss, okay? It's up to you. But you do want to start thinking about how the story began, okay? It was just a summer afternoon, and the kids were bored on their couch. So you're going to want to bring it full circle, is what they call it. You're going to want to bring those characters eventually back to their house, talking about that cool adventure that they just took. So you're going to want to kind of lighten up the mood anyway as we go through chapter 4. That would be a really good idea. Okay, now the last question that I got that I want to answer for you is, Mrs. Walker, even if we're not the chapter winner, do we still have to write? And the answer to that, boys and girls, is yes. Yes, I want you to write. And you know why? Because that's your gift. That's your talent. That's what you're good at, boys and girls. You are writers, whether you win that chapter or not. I've been teaching 24 years, and I have read all of your words and all of your paragraphs and all of your chapters. You are wonderful young writers. So yes, I want you to keep writing, and I want you to finish strong, okay? So Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday is for writing. Now, you're going to want to use all 3 of those days. This chapter is going to require a little bit more planning for all those details that we talked about. Then on Wednesday and Thursday, I want you to start submitting so I can leave some comments for you in the section there. And then remember, everything is ready to go by Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. All right? You guys are doing a wonderful job. I'm so proud of your work, and I really want you to finish strong, okay? I believe in you. I know chapter 4 is going to be a bit of a challenge, but I know you can do it, and I can't wait to read those chapters. You guys have a great day and a great week, okay? I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.